Parker plans to travel 6,000 miles following Australia's historic Gold Rush Trail. Starting with the rush to Victoria's goldfields in 1851, Parker's team will then travel north to Palmer River, where in 1873, prospectors found over 1 million ounces of gold. Next, the Kimberley's gold fields, where heat and thirst killed hundreds of prospectors in the 1885 rush. From here, Parker will venture further into Western Australia, ending the trail at Kalgoorlie, site of the 1893 gold rush, and the richest mile of ground still being mined. The city of Ballarat forms part of the legendary Golden Triangle, where the first major gold rush began and the world's largest nuggets have been found. Parker's meeting up with the rest of the team at the Ballarat Gold Museum.
So we're taking a different approach this season. We haven't had much success in the last few years, so there's about 500 ounces of gold in this museum, and we're just scouting it right now. We're gonna rob this joint. In the last couple of years, we've had some amazing adventures and found no opportunities, and I think now we've got a real chance at both. Look at those. Man.
I think I hear Fred's voice.
Yeah, I heard him.
I thought I heard some Fred noises.
Parker. How you doing?
Hello. Hi, Tyler.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good.
Is this your museum?
This is.
Do you have beers for us? This is the best museum I've ever been to.
So, this is pretty much a gold hub, huh?
400 tons of gold has come out of Ballarat alone. You know, not 2 kilometres down the road is where they found the Welcome Nugget, which is the second biggest nugget.
So it's like
ever
over
found.
2,000 ounces.
Absolutely.
There's a hell of a lot of gold in the ground in Australia. A lot more than in Alaska, a lot more than in the Yukon. That's for sure.
The scientists are telling us there's still $215 billion worth of gold to be found in Australia. There is still plenty of gold to be found. There's a beautiful piece of
That is perfect.
Came out of the ground looking just like that.
just like that.
It really is crazy that those are still out there and still being found, and we could find some. I'm glad we're here. Nice to see you guys.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle.
God, look at that. That's something else up there, Jack, isn't it?
Yeah, beautiful, isn't it?
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, that's an old boiler. That used to drive it.
I've never actually seen one of these in person.
And how do they get it in here in a horse and cart, eh?
No kidding.
It's unbelievable.
That is unthinkable, isn't it?
And so this would be for hard rock with these stamp mills, you know, the gold's in the rock.
And then that's the crusher there, is it?
Yeah, these are the stamps that come down and crush the rock into fine powder.
Old-timers used steam-powered stamp batteries to crush large pieces of gold-rich rock. The battery would act like a mortar and pestle, turning rock to powder so miners could extract the gold.
This is nuts. I've never been anywhere with this kind of history, and especially not with people that know it so well. I bet people in here died by the dozen. It's just brutal. See those pieces of steel in there? They would have water running through them, and they'd have a big fire burning in there and make steam. Like, super simple. Steam would go up into there and over and power the motor.
That's exactly right, you're onto it.
These 3 iron boilers powered a stamp battery in the original Palmer Goldfields mining operation. They were hauled in by the old-time miners on horse and cart in 1874.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it is. It is
Such a cool
It's
place.
beautiful, eh? It is doubtful if any of these 19th century reef mining companies ever made a profit.
In that time, they were coming out of areas like Colorado,
That's
Victoria,
Victoria.
California, where
Yeah.
the hard rock or the reef mining would have been super successful. So they
Yes.
came up here, saw how much alluvial gold there was, and just poured the money into the hard rock,
Yeah.
thinking that it was going to be the main producer, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I reckon you'd be right.
I don't know that a lot of people understand all the significance of all this. You've got to be a miner, and here you are coming from over there. and yet you understand the mine inside of all this and the relevance, the importance of it.
Right. My grandpa would have loved this. Just unreal.
This cobblestone, this is how it was back in the 1800s.
When Parker toured the Fitzgerald's property, he walked through the remains of Maytown, capital of Palmer Goldfields, from 1874.
You know, they had a town hall here. They had 4 or 5 banks too. You know, the Prince of Wales Hotel, it was here.
There were 30 businesses exchanging goods for gold.
Yeah, this is the printing office.
What would they have been printing?
Oh, they had their own newspaper. A lot of things happened here, eh?
By 1945, after the gold rush, Maytown shut down.
It's really interesting, a huge amount of history, huh?
Oh, yeah. And it's sad to think that most Australians don't even know about it.
No, they don't know about it.
Veteran gold miner James runs an old-school dry blower, a gold recovery system that works without water.
Oh, here we go. We're in business.
I'm Parker. Nice to meet you.
All right.
How's this thing work?
Feed the dry material in on the top and it separates. So you've got your coarse material,
This is your oversized.
then it drops into your boxes.
Okay.
Your coarse material gets caught on those top riffles and it pulses, works its way down,
Gotcha.
right?
In the Yukon, wet plants use water to wash pay dirt into a sluice box, separating the lighter dirt and trapping the heavier gold in the riffles. But a dry blower's riffles work the other way around. Air blows up through vibrating screens, blasting away dirt, while the riffles catch the heavier gold.
Are they pretty effective?
You won't get 100%. You get anything from 60 to 75.
Gotcha. So do you mind if I give this a shot?
Do you know how to drive them? Jump in. Just feed it in very slowly, and that allows it to separate properly and all the oversize to come out.
Right.
You see, the machine itself can only take a certain capacity. So what we call feather. As he's doing it now with the bucket, it only goes so slow. So a lot of people think it goes by volume. You've got to put the dirt through. You don't. You just got to take your time. It's got to have time to go through a process.
Quite the setup.
There, you're covered in dust. You're a dry blower operator.
So basically, guys, he's sorting through the pay dirt, he's getting rid of the oversized, and this undersized stuff he's going to pan to get the gold out, and then this oversized he'll detect to get the bigger nuggets.
Would this be your big nuggets here, James, if there were any?
This is nugget country. There's one. There he is.
Look at that.
There you go. There's another one.
Wow.
Is that one?
Good spot, Fred.
Jeez.
Yeah, about 6 grams.
How much fines would you expect to accompany that?
Oh, we'll probably get another couple of grams.
8 grams is worth about $420 US. 5 or 6 runs a day would net over $10,000 a week. The dry blower is 30% less efficient at gold recovery than Parker's wash plants in the Yukon. But unlike the Yukon, the tailings in Australia are always detected for nuggets.
I think the trommel's like ½ inch minus, but what's going into the trommel is, well, this size. So any nuggets that we find in here will be over ½ inch, so there'll be a big one if we do find anything.
No way. Oh, yeah.
There's something there. Look at that.
Shut up! Was that it? What, you just took off it then? Oh my gosh.
It's a nugget.
Oh man, look at that. That's a beast.
Well, in the Yukon, we've never found a nugget that size, but that's a really nice one. I bet that nugget's probably worth $2 grand.
Really?
Yeah, it's a good chunk of gold.
The honey hole that Jake's got here is insane. This will be the 3rd time it's mined and it's still pulling 3.5 grams per tonne, which is very good. Interesting to see what happens. So what are you doing now?
We're going to extract all the fine gold. Do you want to come have a look?
Yeah?
Yeah, let's do it.
Jake's honeypot lease is a 247-acre site and includes a massive pile of mine tailings from the honeypot hole. This is where Jake believes the real money's at. Using a method called vat leaching, Jake plans to extract the remaining fine gold at a recovery rate of 90%.
Rightio. This is the vat leach here. The dirt gets submerged in a chemical solution, and then we'll run that through carbon to extract the fine gold.
Oh, wow.
Jake's vat leach method is a 6-stage process. First, he constructs a huge rectangular dam from dirt. Stage 2, a massive plastic sheet creates a waterproof basin. Then he installs a perforated pipe system before Stage 4, when he fills the vat with gold-rich tailings. Stage 5, he pumps a chemical solution through the pipe system and allows it to soak for 2 days. Once the gold is dissolved, he pumps the liquid into a drum where the gold specks bind to lumps of carbon.
So it's constantly leaching and then you're constantly pulling the gold out of the solution.
Correct.
In there. Gotcha.
Yep. What do you think?
I've never seen anything like this. And there's still 3 grams a ton in it.
3.5 grams per tonne.
Wow. So that's like 10 times better than what we mine in the Yukon.
Yeah, the show on the road.
Jake protects himself with a full mask and biohazard suit,
Rightio.
plus a nearby safety pond to immediately submerge anything contaminated by cyanide.
Certainly not too user-friendly.
When exposed to air, sodium cyanide gives off a bitter almond-like odor.
I think I'm very ignorantly blasé about all these chemicals because Dad just talks about them like they're nothing.
Really?
Yeah, all the safety precautions that Jake's doing and yeah, can go wrong I guess. I'm Tyler Marnie from Gold Rush Parkers Trail and you're watching Discovery. Hit subscribe now to avoid missing out on the latest content. Thanks guys.